persist in good times and in bad if we are grateful for what we have and the people we are with. It is a simple message, and it is a message of gratitude specifically for the class of 2022.
It's messy, it's tough. You can learn some things about business at business school, but we've had to make things simple in order to make them clear. And the reason business is so complex is the same reason that life is complex. It's the reason no pithy quote or commencement speech can do either one justice. Here it is, here's the reason. Business, like life, is made of people. People. People are complicated and messy. And as soon as you make an effort to say something clearly about them, you realize it's only clear because you simplify it. Your customers are people.
Today is bigger than agricultural, the industrial, and information revolution combined. For the first time in history, we have three revolutions going on. The AI, or artificial intelligence revolution, the blockchain revolution, and the electric vehicle revolution. And what is amazing is that all of us are going to be at the center of all these revolutions. Always dream big. Whatever your dreams you have right now, I assure you, they're not big enough. The bigger your dreams, the further you go. Don't be scared to dream big. Secondly, is don't be afraid to take risks. A good friend once told me that something that I always remember. A life lived in fear is a life half lived. So don't be scared to take risks.
Yes, Bobby. Yes, thank you.
Suzanne Kane, your session.
I don't know about them. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Gabrielle Russo.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Gabrielle Ano Russo. Magna cum laude. Gabrielle Ano Russo.
Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. I just want to recap my week. So as you saw during the week, I had a work conference, showed a little bit of that at the Prudential Center. And then Wednesday had the Babson does a last lecture event where they bring in professors, and the professors talk about kind of their life thoughts and advice, just going forward on what things to think about and what to work on and focus on, in terms of passion, work-life balance, finances, etc. It was good. It was good to see them kind of talk in a different light about holistically about life, instead of their subject material. And you kind of see, ultimately, what's interesting is the individual is the individual. In terms of personality, in terms of perspective on life. And I guess that goes to show, different methods work for different people, and to just trust, who you are. And Thursday was the president's reception. That was also great. Just getting together and getting to talk to, President Spinelli. Friday was the last night in Olin. So Olin is like the academic building where all the graduate business students take classes. So it was a fun night of dressing up, taking pictures, and dancing. They had live music. And then Saturday was graduation day. It's a great day, great weather. I would say we took our class picture. My only piece of advice is have a plan with friends either beforehand, the week of graduation to take pictures, or at least make a plan for after the graduation ceremony where you're gonna meet to take pictures. I ended up not knowing where people were and missed out, taking on pictures with some, with friends and stuff like that. I mean, it's all good. I have plenty of pictures with them, but just I feel like that's something just plan out with your friends. And then, the speakers were all good and things of that nature. I think my thought of the week is, certain weeks in life you're out of balance and there's nothing you can do, whether it's life events like at a wedding or a graduation, and you just kind of have to ride the wave, This week I was only able to jog Monday, and then pretty much had Babson events, after work Wednesday through Friday. So there wasn't a lot of, and then Saturday was graduation, so there wasn't a lot of balance this week, but you just have to understand that that's going to happen. And then I think just looking back on my experience, I think it's a bittersweet time. There's a finality to, until you hit that graduation point, you're always kind of associated with the university in terms of feeling like a student. But then, kind of that graduation day is that finality point. A lot of people will move in different geographical locations based on jobs and things like that. So it's bittersweet. But you just gotta appreciate the time you had, the learning you got, the friends you made. For anyone thinking about an MBA, I thought it was really valuable in terms of I didn't study business in undergrad, so it gave me a great foundation of the theoretical knowledge. It also kind of challenged my brain. I waited about 2.5 years after my undergrad to start. So, I had been working for 2.5 years. And I don't know, it was like a good point for me. Obviously, I think you can definitely do it a couple years later as well, maybe 3 or 4. It was wasn't always the easiest thing. I did the part-time MBA program, so, I was working full-time and doing classes, but I think for someone who's single and doesn't have kids, it's not too difficult. It's a commitment, obviously. And obviously you can go at your own pace with the part-time program. I ended up doing like 2 classes a week, usually for most semesters. So that would be 2 evenings, and then I'd say on the weekends I probably spent 8 hours, doing, maybe like 11 to 3 doing one class on Saturday and 11 to 3 doing the other class on Sunday. That was kind of my commitment. In terms of Babson itself, I think the entrepreneurial spirit is really what I take out of it. They have a thing called entrepreneurial thought and action, and it's basically this idea to see opportunity in every problem that you see in life. Learning that in the fall of 2019 really is what propelled me to start a podcast kind of on mental health and life advice. I lost my friend in March of 2019 to suicide, and learning about ETNA 6 to 8 months later, it made a lot of sense. I mean, there's a problem with suicide in the world and in this country, and we can't necessarily rely on the institutions that are there to help out, because we're clearly failing as a society. So I tried to do it in my way. Whoever found value in what I was doing, they could have it as a resource. If you didn't, you don't need to look at it. It's and I think don't underestimate the power of the environment of where you're going. Babson's very entrepreneurial, and it was nice to have that spirit around me. Obviously a lot of people go the corporate route from Babson, but there's a large majority that does go the entrepreneurial route, and just having that environment, you feed off of that. I remember, I think it was, the company's called Arist, and I was interacting with these people, the founders, and I think, when I met them, 1 or 2 of the founders might not have even been 21, and they were trying to raise, can't remember exactly, but I think it was like a $500,000 from angel investors and things like that. And you were looking at them like, these kids can't even drink, but they're so motivated and have such a lack of fear in what they believe in and in their company. And that rubs off on you. And so I really enjoyed my experience. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're doing well. Bye, guys.